Up my brows. Great. Awesome. Hi, it's Kendall here. New around here, welcome. Not new around here. What is up, home? Skillet biscuit. I am in the midst of a crash out, and I have noticed that whenever I do my makeup while crashing out, it kind of busts. So I figured I'd film it this time. I don't know what the science is about a crash out, but it's something that makes you have like reckless abandon. And watch, this looks like shit after I've said that. I'm actually filming this on the supposed Independence Day of this place. Ain't shit to celebrate. I find myself kind of just spiraling at the state of things, and I feel like every time someone brings up some other asinine shit that's going on, they're like, and it's just gonna get worse. And I'm like, thanks, I don't. And in an effort to not end up in a doom spiral, I am putting shiny things on my face, and maybe hopefully giving you a bit of a respite as well, and say, though I'm living in active fascism, at least my face is beat. I don't. Hello everyone, it's Admiral Kennie, and today's video is sponsored by HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit delivery service that offers fresh, delicious, healthy meals delivered straight to the comfort of your own home, pre-packaged, pre-shopped for. You have easy to follow recipe cards that allows you to get the food on the table in about 30 minutes, oftentimes less than that, especially if you cheat like I do. Skim it over and see what it becomes by the end. I used to be really nervous about cooking, and I actually started using HelloFresh to kind of take away some anxieties I felt around cooking. And now overall, even using or not using HelloFresh, I feel like I'm a much better cook. So much so that I can actually improvise sometimes on the meals themselves. Like this time I was doing banh mi tacos and decided to add some pickled onions that I made myself, and it set it over. So if you would like to check out HelloFresh, go to HelloFresh.com, use my code KennieFM to get 10 free meals and 1 free item for life. Free meals applied as a discount on first box, new subscribers only, varies by plan. That's 10 free meals plus 1 free item for the life of your active subscription. Big thanks again to HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get on to the debauchery. If you want to know though what my final straw was, my 13th reason was actually the fact that I had been reading a webtoon, right? I used to read webtoons so much. I used to read them a bunch in college in particular. And recently I had found out about a webtoon that I thought, oh, this would have been my shit back in college. I love a friends to lovers. I love a friends to lovers. I love an enemies to lovers. It's so good. And I found out about this webtoon called Childhood Friend Complex. College freshmen or sophomores who have been friends since they were kids, and now they're like, wait, I kind of see you as more than that. So cute. It's so funny. It is mature, so there is like sexually explicit parts, so keep that in mind if you're like in public. Though it is a story about sexuality, it is not like lewd, if that's the word I'm looking for. Not that there's anything wrong with just like straight up horniness, but this is less what that is about. It's more about the kind of like emerging sexuality of these people who are like in young adulthood. And it's very funny. It's very cute. So I finished the first season, which is like 40 chapters or something like that. I get to the end saying like, when is season 2 coming out? And that's when I find out that the thing that shows up first when you look it up is not when the next season is coming out. It's plagiarism allegations. And I'm like, what the fuck? Apparently, the first webtoon that I've enjoyed in a very long time has plagiarism allegations. There are no bad dogs in the world. It's a BL, so like a gay love story. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? There's 2 issues here. One, if it's plagiarized, I do not know. I've seen the evidence that people had, and so far what I've seen isn't particularly convincing of plagiarism in my understanding. I think it's a friends to lovers story, which is inherently very tropey, so you can't really trademark that. At least not in American law. So I don't know what the Korean laws around that might be. But, and 2, does that mean we're not getting a second season? Bitch, do I have to read the BL? I will, because my thing now is like, okay, well, I still want season 2. It was good. I don't know. Am I a bad person for that? I don't know. And I'm gonna read the manga that it's supposedly plagiarized, because again, the evidence that I'm seeing doesn't feel particularly strong, but I can't say one way or another because I haven't read the one that they're referring to. That would hurt my heart, is what I'm saying. I would hate if a new thing that I read is plagiarized, but admittedly, selfishly, I need some wins. I wanted a season 2. I'm like, so little is going right now. And that was my like final straw. I'm like, bitch, I'm about to crash out, dog. In the grand scheme of things going wrong, very small on there. But bitch, that was my 13th reason. I was about to go off. So yeah, I've just been trying to recenter. Focus on the things that bring me joy. But yeah, life has been like mad stressful for big and small reasons. Politics has been stressing me out so much, and I'm trying to like appropriately engage, if that makes sense. Like trying to catch myself before I get to that level of like burnt out, and just taking a second to go do something, to enjoy myself, to be a human being, and not just constantly feel like I'm on the recoil from something, you know, from this abusive relationship that all Americans have with the American government. And it's been really hard though to make big decisions because of all of the foolishness going on. Like I've reached the place where I've decided to get a home, which is something that I've been avoiding for a very long time because I don't like the idea of the upkeep of a home. Fucking mowing. If something breaks down, I gotta get the guy to come out. It's not included in my rent. I have to get the guy. And it's just like, oh, I don't want to do that. There's also something that feels very like adult about it that is a little nerve-wracking. But it's gotten to the point that I've had so many like independent people that somehow get to talking to me about renting because rent keeps rising. And you're just giving that money away, yada, yada, yada. And they've bitched at me for years about this. So it's gotten to the point that it's just not the smartest financial decision anymore. The option to buy a home is there. I should take it. Yeah, so I've been looking for a home, and it's kind of nerve-wracking because again, it feels like such a grown-up step. And it's like, I'm a baby. I'm baby. Buying a home is so scary. And I gotta keep reminding myself of that. It's like, oh my God, that's such a big deal. That's so like grown up. It's like, yes, bitch, you're 30. It's like, I'm a 30-year-old teenager. Stop. I'm just a girl. I'm just a baby. I have been finding little things kind of fun in the shopping process, but everything is so expensive and everything is so like ugly. So many of the houses that are for sale are so hideous, like really claustrophobic kitchens and really like ugly woodwork. And like, sure, you can change those things, but I don't want to change those things. That's why I get a fucking apartment. I don't want to have to change the wood or the floors or the like, I don't want to have to customize it. And some people really like those things. I want to move in and say, yay, it's done. I have been considering though, if I do get a home, might have to get Russet a little brother or sister. I'm not sold on it, but walk with me. I get like a little brown Cavapoo. It would be another small dog, but I get like a brown or a tan one and name that one Yukon. Russet and Yukon. Yuki and Russ. And then I can make another painting with that dog. Somebody said that, I don't remember who it was. It was either a friend of mine or somebody in the comments was like, you should get another painting of Russet as the girl with the pearl earring, which is fucking hilarious. I might have to do that because that's very funny. And I don't like the idea of that idea falling on deaf ears because it deserves to exist, in my opinion. Concealer to cover up the dark circles because I have not been sleeping well. Well, yesterday I didn't sleep well because I came in late because me and my boyfriend went to go see Tyler, the Creator, in concert. That is goofy as fuck. He reminds me, I realized while I was there that he reminds me of my friend Miosha's boyfriend. And I was like, that's who that nigga is. He weird as hell. I love him. And that's kind of how I feel about her boyfriend. Like, that nigga weird as hell, but I love him. I have gone to quite a few concerts this year. Went to see Kendrick and SZA like a month ago. And that was a very good concert, but it is the first concert that I have ever gone to where I said, we can stop now. Bitch, I counted 51 songs. It wasn't like, I thought it was going to be like a concert where it was Kendrick and SZA opened or something. But no, it was a joint concert. And it was a great concert. They both did their shit. But it was a joint concert. So it was like 3.5-ish hours. Or 3 hours, but there was no like rest or intermission between each person. Because like at the Tyler one, he brought out Lil Yachty. He did his opener for like 45 minutes and then he left. And then there was like a time between when Tyler came out. But this one, because it was a joint concert, it was the whole time. And it was like 3 straight hours of both of them doing their entire discography basically. And I was like, damn, I'm kind of tired. I didn't know we was going to Soul Cycle or doing a triathlon, fucking Iron Man shit. I'm over here. I applaud them both. Incredible breath work, especially Kendrick, because he was doing the fast ones. He did all of Euphoria, which was the song that I played the most last year on Spotify. In the grand scheme of the Kendrick Drake beef, I feel like that song has been forgotten, which is a shame because I think it is the best song of the beef. And it was a very like full circle moment because me and my boyfriend started dating right as the Kendrick Drake beef started popping off, and so us falling in love has the background of the Kendrick Drake beef, which is very, very funny. I will always remember that as the summer me and my boyfriend got together, because people were calling me while I was over his house like the next tower fell. He said A minor. But back to the house though. I'm still in the dating period with houses, you know. I'm not committing to anything. I'm seeing what's out there. And during that time, I want to do a lot of shedding of things that are in my apartment right now so that it's fewer things to move when the time comes. The goal is to donate a bunch of stuff, clothes, wigs that I've never worn, donate to like women's shelters and stuff like that. And I'm like extra bedding, extra just all types of stuff that I've just accumulated because I'm not a hoarder, but I am an impulse shopper. Pros and cons of that is that I always have extra items to donate and give away, so that's good. So I'm figuring that out. Figuring out what I'm donating. If I have unopened makeup, giving that to like women's shelters and whatnot. One of the things as I get closer, or maybe just in general, something I'm considering, is attempting a no-buy, like a pretty comprehensive no-buy. If you don't know what a no-buy is, it is what it sounds like. It's not buying things, but particularly if you're a bitch like me who likes knickknacks. I love a knickknack. I have hyperfixations and I tend to spend a lot of money on those hyperfixations. But because of that, you spend a lot of money on your hyperfixations. Be responsible and save for a house. And like wasting dumb money on stupid shit like that is not the most responsible. But beyond that, it just means you have a lot of shit. I have a lot of shit. All right. And it bleeds into stuff because I'm a knickknacker. My current knickknack fixation is lash clusters. I was never a huge like false lash bitch. And then I went to go to a different lash tech and she actually did a great job because I thought I was like allergic. But come to find out I'm not. I just had a bad lash tech, honestly. And I got a good one, but I still don't like the process of sitting there for like 2 hours to get your shit done. So I was like, I'm gonna try the clusters at home again. Like I've tried them before, but like actually give them a proper good college try. And I've been testing out different glues, different brands, and I think I kind of got like something that works for me now. And so I've spent so much money and I've bought so many lashes and so many glues. And then before that, it was the press-on nail thing, and then I fucked up my nails and I said, oh, I'm not gonna do my nails for a while. I didn't lie. I just didn't tell the truth either. And so, in an effort to preemptively limit the amount of things, to Marie Kondo my life a little bit, I am like trying to donate a bunch of shit, which I always do anyway, but particularly I'm gonna go hard now. Because before I'd be like, oh, I might wear this. It's been in there another year. I haven't worn it. I have no reason to wear it. Why do I have it? Same with like makeups. Like, oh, I'll need this random color of lipstick that you'll never wear anywhere, not even on camera. Like, bitch. Like I used to keep so many products just because they look good on my dresser. And I do still do that. Like I will never throw away my Pat McGrath because they look good. All right. And they were expensive. I'm not doing that. They were an even number or a number that fit in my collection. It's like little neurotic things like that I cannot justify anymore. Like, girl, get a grip. I've been doing that a bit. It's been very refreshing and rejuvenating. And again, it gives me a bit of peace of mind that when it's time to move, if I find the one, the house that is the one, then I'll be able to easily move things over. If you guys have any tips for moving, for those of you that have done it a few times and things, let me know. I've been watching videos, tips on what to do to make a move smoother. I just hate it so much. And I'm not, I don't think that'll necessarily change just if I have tips, but maybe make the experience a little bit smoother. But yeah, TikTok does have me by the titties though, because that's where I've been getting the lashes. And this is gonna be a time where I have to fight off TikTok in particular. TikTok is really good. It knows me. It knows what I like. It knows what I want. It's very good at honing in on my weaknesses. Like that's where I got most of my press-on nails at some point, and I would get so many compliments on them, and I'm like, yeah, they're on TikTok. I used to buy a lot of wigs off of there, but I haven't bought any wigs much recently. T-shirts. I just bought a bunch of t-shirts. That one was for a good cause though, so I don't care. It was for a trans family that's trying to move out of Texas, so they're selling like Divine t-shirts. Divine as in like the drag queen Divine. And they were funny, so I bought them. And that was for a good cause, so I'm not upset about that one. But the other shit I'd be buying on there, don't need it. That's where I was getting on my lash clusters. That's where I was getting my lash glues, nail glues. One thing that's also been a bit stabilizing, I guess, is that me and my boyfriend have been watching Scrubs. As in the sitcom from the early 2000s about people working in hospitals. And it's been weirdly comforting. It's like, oh, I'm about to eat. What do you want to watch? Scrubs. And we're like all the way on like season 5 at this point. Now, back in the early 2000s, like I watched Scrubs when it was on, if it were on, but I never like went out of my way to watch it. And I thought it was funny when I did watch it, but that was about it. But I didn't know anything about like actual story arcs, and like I didn't follow it enough to know like continuity or anyone's name and stuff like that. It's been funny because like my boyfriend watched it all during his like adolescence and whatnot. So he'll talk about like what he remembers from XYZ thing. We got on one of the seasons where one of the female leads fucking sucks, but I don't have the nostalgia, and he's like, wow, I don't remember her being like this. And I'm like, wow, I don't have anything to compare it to. This bitch sucks. If you've seen this show, Elliot, asshole. She's an asshole, like they all are, but she was particularly whoa. I don't remember when, but at some point I got onto Nessa Myrix's PR, and she has these things which are called Color Fix Sticks, and it's a duo that comes completely apart. So this is essentially 2 products. I don't know why they put them together, but one of them is a metallic and the other is a foil. And I was like, ooh. 9, and it's a dark blue Cosmic Veil. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's weird. It's like kind of wet. It's cold. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love that bitch. I love that. Okay, it dries kind of quickly. You gotta be careful to blend it quickly so it doesn't probably get patchy. Yeah, I think as I feel more stressed out about the state of the state, I find myself kind of, I don't want to say regressing because that has like a negative connotation, but like trying to find comfort in things that used to bring me comfort that I just didn't have time to do anymore. Reading webtoons, doing my makeup, watching sitcoms. I've been listening to more K-pop too. Not a whole lot, and not necessarily on purpose, but what's happened is like my TikTok algorithm thinks I'm a gay man. And so it's been sending over a lot of like queer coded K-pop. I'm obsessed with X Love, the like very guy group, boy group. Give me energy, what you say, bums and away. I've listened to some of their other stuff, but One and Only definitely is my favorite so far that I've heard. Bending in your heart, but no lies, I'm gonna give it to you straight. I heard that one song by Chew, Kiss a Kitty. I wanna kiss a kitty, kitty. Tell her she's so pretty, pretty. I bet she's silky smooth and she got attitude. I wanna kiss a kitty. Like, oh, she can overt. They can overt now. Yeah, they were like, no, it's a real cat, bitch. I first heard about the song because Baby Tate ended up on my on my For You page, and she made a remix of sorts. Girl, True said, I wanna eat some pussy, and tell her she's so good, she good. Speaking of lesbians. I have been listening to, sorry, I have been listening to so much K1. First of all, she sounds like Tory Lanez, and I thought she was Tory Lanez, and that's why I kind of avoided her music, because I thought she was Tory Lanez. But she's not Tory Lanez. She's K1, which means that it's like guilt-free Tory Lanez. If you miss the music, but you don't want to support a abusive piece of shit, boy, have I got a recommendation for you. I say if you've never heard their stuff, I would start with Worst Behavior, the one with Kehlani, Back of the Club. Talk me through it. I am going to go. Oh my god, Russet, shut up. This is from the Arcane collection that Fenty did. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Now, like I said, one hyperfixation I've had recently has been lash clusters. Today, I'm going to put on the You Cool Me. These are Eco Life like Lyra, and they're like kind of fluffy and dramatic. I'm also going to use the You Cool Me glue. I buy this off of TikTok because I buy a lot of things off of TikTok because, again, they know me. I start with the longest ones, which are 18 millimeter. And then if you have straight lashes, you would curl your lashes first. Just pop them on under there. Let's do 2 18s, a 16, 14, When You Caress My Body, and a modified 12. Oh, these are so big. Maybe I should have went a piecier lash. Add the seal. Ow, I got it in my eye. I think another thing that I've been doing as a respite from the bullshit of life these days has been D&D. Like, for a very long time I didn't get the appeal of it, but my boyfriend's really into it, and he got me into it, and we started doing a campaign, and it's been really nice to have something like regularly occurring that results in me hanging out with other people, with new friends, creating community, seeing each other regularly, because the state of everything can be very, very fucking isolating, and it's just good to do something so regularly. We meet up like most weeks, like once a week, sometimes every 2 weeks, depending on people's schedule, but it's really hard, generally speaking, you know, to get people together. You know, everyone's so busy, so it's kind of nice to have a thing that we all like do together, and it's a lot of fun. I finally get, like, I get it now. I get it now. Because before, I was never really into like wizards and stuff. Like that wasn't the type of nerd I am, you know? I had a lot of things that were kind of nerdy that I was into, but I was not a wizard nerd, a dragon nerd. Now I kind of see that it doesn't have to be those things. Those are just some frameworks. But it's more about story building and storytelling. And it's like, I started thinking of it much in the same way that I kind of play The Sims. Chaotic story mastery. We just finished the first season of sorts of our game, and I finally got it. I was like, I get it. Oh, bitch, I wish we recorded, because if we recorded, I would watch this back, because there was some one-liners. Bitch, there was so much that we were building up to, and for the season to kind of end with that, it really got me thinking, because I'm a new player, right? So I'm still very awkward, I think, in it, and very reserved, and I kind of play in that way. And I think as we continue to play, I'm getting just more comfortable with my character and being a character and letting her make more definitive moves. My character, by the way, for those of you that were asking, my character's name is Zeth, Z-E-Th. She's a paladin half tiefling, and she is the daughter of a genocidal maniac who is human. Her mother is a human that subjugated a bunch of tieflings, and she ran away because her mother is a piece of shit and she doesn't want to be involved in her piece of shittery. She's been living as a mercenary, and that's been driving her, kind of like helping whoever pays her essentially, and whoever she feels like morally doesn't go against what she is okay with and not okay with. But I want to drive more in the new season. What does she want? Because a lot of her like motivations have been things like that she's running away from, and I want to do like more about what drives her. What does she want, both as part of the party, within the story. Selfishly, I want her to have a love arc because I love romance. Overall, I'm just figuring out more of her as a character, and it's a lot of fun. I get it. It appeals to a particular type of like theatrical messy bitch that I am. So for those of you that wanted more information on my character, and if you have been asking yourself, man, I wonder if I would enjoy something like that, I think I would look into it. My first foray into it was Dimension 20. Particularly, I watched the Dungeons and Drag Queens series. I talked about that before in a different video. Those are really short campaigns. They're like 4 to 6 episodes. So you can sit there, watch it. It's like a season of a show and it's not super long, whereas other campaigns can be very, very long and maybe a bit overwhelming if you're newer to things. I didn't really know much about it, so I started there and then doing my own campaign, and then I started playing Baldur's Gate 3. So all of those things kind of bled together, and now I am into it. Still learning, still getting more comfortable with like pushing the story in one way or another, because those decisions, they're such big decisions. I will say though, this getting ready with me has made me feel a little bit better, and that's all I can ask for. And sometimes just putting on makeup and talking about things can be therapeutic. And I appreciate you guys sitting here and letting me ramble for a bit. And I hope you guys found some comfort in rambling with me. I will try to link below all the products that I used and shades in case you're interested. That'll be down below. And I will see you guys next time.